Dear CEOs and industry leaders, you are most graciously welcome to Akul Mac Business Bunker. This is a forum where you are able to showcase your products to the masses, to the investor, to the prospects, and to your client. And if you want to promote your company and yourself, you have landed at the right place. Before we continue, do like and subscribe our channel. Friends, we have been hearing about the augmented reality or AR. And sometimes we must be wondering what is this AR got to do with our real life? And especially when there are important things happening in the corporate world. And for instance, for past few days, we have been hearing that the Facebook has changed their name to Meta, which is Metaverse, and they are actually making a lot of investments in basically making sure that this makeover is very prominently known to the people across the world. And they have recently also announced, in fact day before yesterday, that they have come out with the world fastest supercomputer. And why a company like Facebook would like to get into changing their name to Metaverse, and also building the world fastest supercomputer for what? I think let's look at the other trend which is also happening in the industry, and that is related to Microsoft. Microsoft is also not not trying to not get into augmented reality. They are also working on their own devices, and recently they have also purchased a gaming company for a whooping 68.7 billion. Who would have thought a gaming company would be as much as 60.87 billion worth? And a Microsoft will end up buying a company like Activision, which is one of the prominent gaming company across the world, rolling out many games. And so when we talk about games, I think the gaming software or gaming companies have the right infrastructure to create different characters, and that is why these companies are investing in these gaming companies, because they have already built the infrastructure, servers, applications to create different characters, so that when the augmented reality comes into picture, they should be able to create different graphics which are lifelike. And that is why these companies are investing in these things. So Facebook has invested in the building the world fastest supercomputer, whereas Microsoft has basically taken a different route, where they have taken over a gaming company. And all this is now getting up to start the augmented reality. And when we talk about augmented reality, I think we are far ahead in the digital world if you look at today. But in terms of augmented reality, what we need is to merge our physical world with the digital one. So one of the best method to do that is having a glass. So all of these companies, these are super powered giants like Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Apple. They are all coming out with their own technology around these glass. Lot of development is going on this these devices. There are different technologies being used, so that the users of these different applications which are running on these platforms like Facebook, Microsoft platform, or Google platform, can be accessed not by a PC but by a glass. So you can actually have a glass, and you can get all the information that you need. Currently you see on your mobile, the same information can be delivered to you on your glass, while you continue to look into your real world. And then you can put what portion of the vision you want to see these characters to, or the screens to fly by in your vision, and what portion of your real world should be visible to you. Or you can dedicate one eye to the digital world, one eye to the real world. Full combination permutations are possible once you have a glass which is sensitive enough to do all this. And people in fact argue why we do all this, why there is a need to do all this in the first place. I think the life is going on pretty nicely. Why we need to bring all this new fancy augmented reality or virtual reality in future? to our real world, I think the need is there. And I tell you why. If you look at the schools today, I think the going through education process using Zoom link through a video platform is very very dry, and students don't have opportunity to interact with their own classmates, and because of that you need something more richer. So when people are sitting and working from remote location, joining their schools, and different they are doing different types of studies, what if there is a AR associated with this whole concept of school education, where by wearing a augmented reality glass, school students will be not only be able to interact with their classmates as if they're sitting across the table, but also experience things which which the teachers can explain much better, like triangle, a floating triangle they can see in front of their eyes, and whatever teacher wants to tell them, that how the triangle or a 3D object looks, like a sphere or a trapezium looks in real life, and how geometry will function, how the formula will actually depiction of the geometry in in algebraic expression and so on. So you will be able to provide better study, better experience to students if you have the augmented reality associated with your school ERP. Similarly, if you look at the medical sciences, I think there are huge opportunities in the area of medical sciences, because the doctor can examine the patient's vitals sitting at off location, not in the hospital, and then they can use various depiction models to see actually what is the condition of the patient, and probably if it is right, they can demonstrate the condition of the ailment to the patient in a 3D format, without the patient or doctor visiting the hospital, and also tell them that this is the kind of medicine you will be given or administered, and after the medication, these are the things which can be subsided, or there could be an operation by which you can depict upfront, you can give a lot of information to the patient about how the operation will cure their ailment. At the same time, if you have an augmented reality attached to a robot, you can probably conduct an operation also remotely using AR. So a doctor can use the AR technology and then direct the robot to conduct an operation on the patient while he is not sitting in the operation theater. So these are certain applications which are possible in the area of medical world. Similarly, if you look at the official environment, most people are working from home, and because of that they are having the same issue what the school students are having. They are missing out the team effort, the challenges of team, the collaboration, etc. The challenges of school students and the office going people are different, but the nature of these issues are same, which can be solved by having an augmented reality, and that will bring these team members together. Say for example, if you're working on if you're giving a lecture, instead of seeing different windows, why don't you see actual people in front of you? So when you're sitting on the table and give a lecture to your camera, in your glass you start seeing these pictures of your audience as if they're sitting in front of you. I think that is going to be very very good, very life-changing experience, without leaving without leaving the work from home environment. You can still experience the real world. So that is why augmented reality is going to change our life, and that is why companies like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, they are investing big time and betting big time on this, because that is where the future lies. If we have these devices and we have these augmented reality based applications associated with us, which I know for sure that Facebook is working on it, and eventually they will launch in 2022. By end of 2022, Facebook is going to make a very big announcements about having an AR applications available on their platform, on their tested, tried social media platform. All users will have to do is buy a Facebook Glass to get connected with their Facebook application. Similarly, Google Glass is also coming out. They are also bringing some latest technologies, and there are a lot of talk around the Apple Glass, which is going to bring the next level of AR, and they are doing a lot of research in that area. So I think the future for augmented reality is there. There is a need, because I think there is a lot of loss right now in terms of how people should interact with each other, because in the end we are social animal. We learn by interacting with each other. We hug each other, we actually talk to each other, etc., greet each other, and so on. There are so many expressions which we are missing out, and especially the young generation is also missing out on all those things. And therefore augmented reality will be a good, pleasant change to our digital world, which we are now completely seeped into. And I'm fully waiting for this augmented reality to come to our life. Not the virtual reality, but augmented reality is going to help us a lot. Will give us a lot of information about our surroundings. We want to actually see the news. We can see it. We don't have to have a TV in our house. We can actually sit wherever and start our television, and so on and so forth. So there are so many variety of application, permutation, combinations are possible in augmented reality. Friends, if you think you like some of the examples that I quote, do write in. And if you have any other thought around augmented reality, do share your thoughts. I will read out your messages in my next show. For today, I like to say goodbye, only to catch you in the next one.